morning children, welcome to today's science class. In the last class, we discussed about, inhalation and exhalation. I asked you to do an activity. Did you do that activity? Okay. Let us revise what is inhalation and exhalation. Then we'll continue our topic. What is meant by breathing? Breathing means taking in air rich in oxygen and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide with the help of respiratory organs. The taking in of air rich in oxygen into the body is called inhalation. Giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide is known as exhalation. Generally, it is continuous process which goes on all the time and throughout the life of an organism. After that, we learnt one term. What is that? Breathing rate. Breathing rate means the number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as breathing rate. Generally, an adult human being can inhale and exhale 15 to 18 times in a minute. And it is the average breathing rate of an adult human. What is the average breathing rate of an adult human being? 15 to 18 times in a minute. The breathing rate of a person is not always constant. It changes according to the oxygen requirement of the body. The breathing rate is somewhat faster in women than in men and in children. It is higher than adults. That means nearly 20 to 30 times per minute. Breathing rate is slowest while sleeping because during sleeping we require less energy. While breathing rate is maximum during heavy exercise like running, weightlifting and etc. because it needs much energy or it needs more energy. Increased breathing rate provides a greater amount of air entry into the lungs. Hence, blood can absorb oxygen at a faster rate. Faster breathing supplies more oxygen to the body cells for producing more energy required for that particular exercise or heavy exercise. During heavy exercise, the breathing rate can increase to 25 times per minute. Generally, I told you 15 to 18 times, but during heavy exercise, it increases to 25 times per minute. Because of this, food gets broken down at a faster rate and thus make us feel hungry. Children, do you observe when we feel drowsy or sleepy or tired, we yawn. What is meant by yawn? Open our mouth wide to take a long and deep breath of air. Do you know why? Because our breathing rate slows down and the body does not receive sufficient amount of oxygen. When we yawn, we get more amount of oxygen. With this, we should know that you can't survive for a long without breathing. Breathing means one inhalation plus one exhalation. Would you like to find out your breathing rate? Do you want to know whether it is constant or it changes according to the requirement of oxygen by the body? Let us find out by doing the activity. That is activity number 10.2. Generally, we are not aware that we are breathing. However, if you try, you can count your rate of breathing. Breathing in and out normally. Find out how many times you breathe in and breathe out in a minute. One breath in and one breath out comes under one breathing rate. Clear? Check. Did you inhale the same number of times as you exhaled? Now count your breathing rate. Number of breaths per minute. After that, count your breath rate after a brisk walk or after running. Complete the tabular form and then compare your breathing rates under different conditions with your friends or family members' breathing rate. Did you find the different columns in table 10.1? First column they have given name of the classmate. Instead of name of the classmate, you write your family members' names. In the second column, they have given normal. That means when you are normal, you should count your breath rate. And in third column, they have given breathing rate after a brisk walk for 10 minutes. And in that same column, they have given after 10 minutes fast running. And in the fourth column, they have given breathing rate at rest. Calculate everything and compare your breathing rates with your family members. Okay children, from this activity, you must have realized that whenever a person needs extra energy, he or she breathes faster, right? As a result, more energy is supplied to our cells and it spreads up the breakdown of food and more energy is released. After all these things, we come to know that why we feel hungry after a physical activity. When you feel drowsy, does your breath rate slow down or not? And you can check whether your body receives sufficient oxygen or not. Clear children? Given one more activity, that is activity number 10.3. They have shown the various activities carried out by a person during a normal day. Instead of that, you can do one thing. You do different activities in a day and count your breath rate after each activity and note down the observations. After that activity, you can identify the difference between the breathing rate during different activities. Now, let us learn about the mechanism of breathing. Normally, we take in air through our nostrils. When we inhale air, it passes through our nostrils into a nasal cavity. What is that? Nasal cavity. How we have esophagus, we have nasal cavity. Nasal cavity is like a long tube. From the nasal cavity, the air reaches our lungs. From the nasal cavity, the air reaches our lungs through the windpipe. Lungs are present in the chest cavity. This cavity is surrounded by ribs on the sides. A large muscular sheet called diaphragm forms the floor of the chest cavity. What is the sheet? Diaphragm. Okay. Breathing involves the movement of the diaphragm and the rib cage. During inhalation, ribs move up and outwards and diaphragm moves downwards. Clear? During inhalation, ribs move up and outwards and the diaphragm moves down. This movement increases space in the chest cavity and air pushes into the lungs. The lungs get filled with air. And during exhalation, ribs move downwards and inwards while diaphragm moves up to its former position. This reduces the size of the chest cavity and air is pushed out of the lungs. These movements in our body can be felt easily. Take a deep breath. Keep your palm on your abdomen. Feel the movement of the abdomen. What do you find? You'll find there is a change in the size of the chest cavity. Right? We'll do one more activity to measure our chest cavity size. Before going to do this activity, we should know about two important things. First one is about smoking. Smoking damages lungs. Smoking is also linked to cancer. It must be avoided. And second one, the air around us has various types of unwanted particles such as smoke, dust, pollens and etc. When we inhale, the particles get trapped in the air present in the nasal cavity. However, sometimes these particles may get past the air in the nasal cavity. Then they irritate the lining of the cavity, as a result of which we sneeze, right? Sneezing expels these foreign particles from the inhaled air and a dust-free clean air enters to our body. When you sneeze, you should cover your nose so that the foreign particles you expel are not inhaled by other process. Clear? Other persons. So let us do the activity, that is activity number 10.4. Children, take a deep breath. Measure the size of the chest with a measuring tape and record your observations in table 10.2. So what you need to do? You need to note down the observations. What are the observations you should find out? First one, you should measure your size of chest in centimeters during inhalation and during exhalation. So 2 times you should measure. First, you should measure your chest cavity during inhalation, and during inhalation and during exhalation you should measure your chest and check the difference in the size. Likewise, you measure your family member's chest size and note down in your table 10.2. We have one more activity, that is 10.5. If you have all the materials, you can try the activity 10.5 or else not required. Clear, children? If you have the materials, you do the activity or else not required. Okay, children, we'll continue in the next class.